Hi everyone, my name is Alani Rhodes, and today I'm going to be introducing everyone to the tetanus vaccine. So, what is the tetanus vaccine? Clostridium tetani bacteria causes tetanus. Babies and children need multiple administrations, and adults get a booster every 10 years. These bacteria live in soil, dirt, and feces. They get into your skin through a cut or scratch, which then leads to infection. Tetanus is not contagious, therefore, you can't catch it from another person. Why should you get the vaccine? A tetanus shot protects you from tetanus, which is a dangerous infection, and there is no cure. Vaccines used in the United States today against diphtheria and tetanus, DT and TD, sometimes also include protection against whooping cough or pertussis, DTaP or Tdap.
So I just wanted to start with some basics about vaccines. Essentially what vaccines are is we take bad things, tetanus, for example, or the flu, and we take away the parts that will kill us. I'm thinking about that quote from the John Green book, which you put the killing thing between your mouth, but you don't give it the power to kill you. Edgy. But essentially that's what a vaccine is we take these infectious agents and then we can kill them with heat. We can do all kinds of things to them, strip off their membrane proteins, load them into a vaccine, give you the vaccine. And from there, your body takes those little bits and forms your adaptive immune response, which can take up to 1 to 2 weeks. Your cells will recognize the antigens as foreign and then specialize into cells that will attack just that antigen, or will recognize just that antigen, and then multiply so that you have a bunch. And that's kind of your adaptive immune response. And that's why we give you vaccines. You're putting the killing thing in your arm without any power to kill you. That way, when you encounter a disease again, say you encounter the actual bad thing, right? Your body already knows how to fight it, and you've already built that response. So what specifically is in the tetanus vaccine is the tetanus toxoid. Of course, there's so many different variations. I found on the CDC's website different just companies that make this vaccine. So I've picked out common themes. The tetanus toxoid, which is what your body will recognize as tetanus without being tetanus. And because it does come in a combo vaccine, there's not a straight tetanus vaccine. Another common one in there is the diphtheria toxoid. Can also be paired with like pertussis. So you do have just kind of miscellaneous surface antigens or membrane proteins. One I saw that was just mentioned a lot in the lists of what's in these vaccines is the acellular pertussis antigen, which means that they've, cut the pertussis antigen into little bits and taken it out of a cell and made it really easy for your body to recognize. As well as in vaccines, most of them, I think all of them actually, is an adjuvant. In all of the tetanus vaccines, Tdap, TD, they were aluminum-based, aluminum phosphate, aluminum salts, just sometimes straight aluminum. And then also what is in these vaccines, which people can get really worried about this, is, I keep doing that, is manufacturing residuals. So just things that are left over from the manufacturing process. And one that's in there a lot is formaldehyde, which I know can be like a scary word. That will give you cancer. But because vaccines are so regulated, anything like formaldehyde, glutaldehyde was in there as well a couple times. They're all in very small amounts and very regulated amounts, to ensure kind of that nobody is dying from their vaccines. Of course, it happens because nothing is perfect. And I think my friend Hannah will kind of go over effectiveness and risk in the next part of this.
The effectiveness of the tetanus vaccine was that in 2017, a total of 33 tetanus cases were reported, with only 2 of those deaths being fatal. As we can see in the graph, as the years progressed, there seemed to be less and less cases, and especially less deaths as the years went on. The effectiveness was very high, although it was not 100% guaranteed. Some pros and cons of the tetanus vaccine. The benefits was the best way to prevent damage to the nervous system. It had long-lasting protection. You can get a vaccine and it could last up to 10 years, and protection from wounds. So if you get a scrape or you cut yourself, the risk of getting infection was very low. Some side effects of the infection were soreness, fever, feeling tired, loss of appetite, vomiting, seizures, and if untreated, long-term effects such as paralysis and muscle spasms could occur. It could take up to a couple months to have a full recovery. Children under the age of 12 were at risk of weeks worth of hospital care, and as many as 1 to 2 out of 10 people who got tetanus did not recover, that were not vaccinated.